Sex, porn, love addiction is all about self-soothing to manage your emotions. It got set up back in the childhood development years. It's just not about sex, it's not about porn. It's all about the repeated use has set up the physiology to crave those dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, self-manufactured drugs in the body. It's impacting women, men, children aged 10 to 75 across all the age ranges, the sexes, the cultures, the professions. It increased exponentially during COVID lockdown and impacting so many lives. The Kairos Center has created the first online comprehensive sex, porn, love addiction. It's a video on demand recovery program which you can access from anywhere in the world and begin to see identifiable changes just within 6 weeks of beginning this weekly program. Kairos means your appointed time. Isn't it your time to reclaim your life? Bring color back to life without shame. Click the link below and begin your journey. You owe it to yourself and to others. The next exercise I'd like you to look at in the workbook is an exercise about ambiguous images, complex images. And I'd like you to check out the extent to which you communicate effectively or not so effectively. So I would like you to do an exercise together. And the way you do this exercise is, I wonder if you would probably best to use some dining room chairs. And I'd like you to put them back to back, so that one of you has one of those ambiguous diagrams in their hand. The other person has a blank A4 sheet of paper. A difficult exercise to do because you're obviously going to see those complex shapes in the diagram, and the ideal scenario is that you don't really know what the other person has in their hand. So the person with the complex drawing is required to describe what they have on the page in front of them to the other person. Remember, you're sitting back to back. The other person has got a blank A4 sheet and a pencil. Should have said the pencil. And the other person with that blank A4 sheet and the pencil is required to reproduce the image based upon the description which the other person is giving to them. The person with the complex shape in their hand has to describe what they have on the sheet in front of them, and the other person holding a blank A4 sheet and a pencil, something to rest on, not able to see what the other person has in their hand, is required to use their best attempt to transcribe, to reproduce from the description which the other person is giving to them, the shape which is being described. Do your best. Take just maximum of 10 minutes to do that exercise. And then stop. Don't let the other person see what you have drawn. Turn it face down. The person with the complex shape, don't let the other person see what you have. Turn yours face down. And then get the other sheet out. The one who did the drawing should get the other sheet out. It's got a different set of complex shapes on it. And you're swapping roles. The person who just did the description now has the blank A4 sheet with the pencil and something to rest on. And the person who did the drawing just now has the sheet with the image on it, and the role reversal is to describe what they have in front of them on the sheet of paper, and the one with the blank sheet of paper and the pencil is required to transcribe and try and reproduce from the description. I should have said, and it applies to each of you when it is your turn, neither of you can speak when you are doing the drawing. You can't ask questions. You can't seek clarity. You're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to ask any questions. Only the person with the image on the sheet in front of them can speak and give the explanation. Hope that's clear. Spend some time doing this exercise and pause the video at this point. So having done that exercise, as you come back together, what I'd like you to discuss with each other is, how well do you think you gave your explanation? So don't yet share the outcome of your drawing with the other person. Keep both of your sheets face down and just have a chat, have a conversation. How well do you think you gave your instructions to the other person? Any issues, any problems, any hiccups? Reasonable attempt? Found it difficult? Each of you share your experience with the other person of giving the instructions. I don't really want you to critique each other. I just want you to talk about how well do you think you did in describing the shape in front of you. Why don't you then turn over your sheets and compare what you have drawn with the actual shape described by the other person. Please understand, it isn't about giving yourself a mark out of 10 for how well you drew the shape and got close to the original. That's not what the exercise is about. It is so much more about thinking through how the two of you did communication. Is there anything in how you described the images to the other person and what they were hearing that has any similarity to how you normally communicate with each other? Are there any common traits that you recognize? Are there any similarities? Can you learn anything from how you communicate with each other, from your style of communication? What did you learn about you and then about the couple as you did this exercise? Send me a message. It's time to get your relationship back onto a better footing for your future. Let's do some work without shame and bring colour back to life. Send the email, send the message to me, Gary McFarlane, at the Kairos Center, and let's begin to reclaim your quality of life.